If you talk about people that are actually living on the streets or in their cars, can range from 400 to 1,000 people. Then when you add to that single room occupancy hotels, the shelter beds that are filled to capacity and beyond, you'll find that the numbers of homeless in Grand Rapids rises to something over 2,000. And then when you add those families that have lost their homes and they're living with somebody else, they're technically homeless too. They have no place other than the good graces of their friend to let them stay. Then the number goes to someplace between 5,000 and 8,000 homeless in Grand Rapids.
Well, we on average have 89,000 bed nights at Mel Trotter, and that's quite a few heads hitting the pillows throughout a year. So it's roughly about 4,000 meals per week that we serve, and then some.
We're still experiencing double-digit unemployment rates in Grand Rapids, and a lot of people that are employed, that have lost jobs and have been reemployed, are employed at income levels that are much lower than the wages that they previously earned.
Wow, with this economy right now, people are unemployed more often now. I hear it all the time. We have people who come to the mission who are unemployed, who are homeless, and the employment rate is continuing to rise in Michigan, and West Michigan is not immune from the recession.
So what it says is that 1 in 10 people who had a mortgage has lost their home to foreclosure. Desperate times for a lot of people.
Companies that have sustained this community for years are shedding jobs at an alarming speed. The people who've lost them have no idea what to do or who to turn to. They can't pay their bills. They've stopped spending money. And because they've stopped spending money, more businesses have been forced to lay off more workers. In fact, local TV stations have started running public service announcements that tell people where to find food banks, even as the food banks don't have enough to meet the demand. As we speak, similar scenes are playing out in cities and towns across America.
So many people are coming to us who otherwise would have their own place, and it's amazing the numbers. We've seen a 50% increase in the need this year.
Because to do the work of justice means that we have to look at the systems of our society, and we almost have to start by recognizing our own complicity. As long as my neighbor is hungry and homeless, I can't be whole, and so I have to look at the way I'm living and ask the hard questions about how that contributes to the issues of homelessness and hunger in our society.
I don't think any kid in America aspires to be homeless and live in a shelter. Nobody wants to be a bum, but stuff happens. Life comes at us kind of hard, and a lot depends on the family you're raised up in. Our mission is to minister to the homeless and the poor, the hurting, those who are without, to do it compassionately, to do it in Jesus' name. Our goal is to eliminate homelessness in West Michigan, one life at a time. I want everyone to know that a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And it works for me because I love to eat, and so do the homeless men and women who come to the mission. And one of the blessings of Mel Trotter is that we have an abundance of food because of the generosity of Grand Rapidians. And you can taste the love in the food at Mel Trotter. And it just really melts the hearts of the homeless, because people do not care how much I know about God until they know that I care about their stomachs and their children and the living conditions they're in. And when people know that we care about them as human beings, they will listen to anything we say about God. But we first must show that we care about them. And I would encourage young people to come to the city more often and get to know what their city represents, to know the spirit of the city. Rather than just go to the Van Andel Arena, come down and visit places that are doing good works in the city and get involved. Come down and roll up your sleeves and volunteer and know the city because the Bible teaches us that we should be concerned for the least of these, those who are prisoners, those who are homeless, those who are destitute. We should be concerned as Christians about sharing our faith, and that's very important to start at a young age.
We're a rich nation. There's no reason why people should be homeless and hungry in America in 2009.